This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
On the troll.
Yes, hello and welcome back to Mzansi. We're back again. The only thing that doesn't change is Mzansi Reality and the subscribers here. Press that like button like you mean it. Thank you very much in advance. God bless you while you do that. And join the membership if you can. Subscribe if you can. Remember, we have super chat, we have gift and everything. And thank you very much for those who are dedicated in doing that for this channel. Thank you. We appreciate you. We see you. We see what you're doing. But it's a very nice warm greeting. Kawe, the first person to comment. Thank you very much. Osep, all the way from Namibia. I think, thank you very much for you guys. Your presence is appreciated. Do not worry. We are here. Whether there are delays or what, we are here. We sleep on it, wake up, wait for them while they're busy paging on those pages as if there's something to read other than dismissing the damn case in that court. I'm sorry for the way for such language, but just remove that thing in that court, because definitely people are not happy from the side of where it came from. I can almost feel this atmosphere that is really unease about the man who's presenting the case. He's not happy. He's not happy that he closed. I don't know. You can say whatever you say. In my opinion, I don't think he's happy he closed this case. It would have been so nice for them not to close this case. But unfortunately, and really unfortunately, they have to, because obviously there is no other police now. I think the whole police station is done and other police stations are done now. There is basically nothing you can get out of these SAPS that are understaffed in any case. It is over and it is done and others are suspended. So who else would you call other than finishing your case of the SAPS? Because this case is a classical example of how SAPS takes on a normal citizen.
Ngabe siyini ngaphandle ngomkhwanazi? Ngabe sikuphi?
Singashona. Singaba yini? Singashona.
Ngabe siyini ngaphandle ngomkhwanazi? You know, I'm so grateful from Kwanazi right now, because I'm like, imagine if you are engulfed in the crooked places and now you have to appear in this courtroom and play, you know, your role. And can you imagine? I'm like, no, hell no. No, count me out. Count me out. So honestly speaking.
Oh yes, Osep, sorry man. Correction, you are saying you are in France. It's not Namibia. Osep, Diabo, Nzonzi. Yes, I know Nzonzi. I've seen a player called Nzonzi. Thank you very much for that correction.
From France.
But from all the way from France. Speaking French right there. Thank you for correcting us. But yeah, we are here in South Africa where there is only 11 official languages, I think. Yeah, we are dealing with the case of the century. This is the one. It's the states versus, in fact, it's the SAPS, in my opinion, versus the 5 accused.
Yeah, it's starting to look like that. You know, it's shaping that way. Today, it came, or yesterday, I don't even know what time it is. Okay, still today. Today, it looked more like that. It's like SAPS versus the 5 accused. So there was a quite long wait in the morning for accused number 3, 4, and 5. You know, at this point, I didn't know whether I should ask myself, what is going on? Why is it that it's starting to be a pattern nguba befike late. Usually when this pattern develops, and I'm speaking from previous observations, because something similar like this has happened before in the past, where they were constantly coming late, and then we started hearing complaints that they were having. Do you remember that period?
Yes, I do remember it.
And now it's happening all over again, and I'm wondering to myself, what's going on? Are they being treated well? Are we still going to hear more solitary confinement that are lasting for 4 years? What is going on? And could this be another tactic to cause a further delay? I mean, I had so many questions in the morning. Advocate George Baloyi said that the 5 accused had issues, or accused number 5, not the 5 accused number 5, had issues this morning before coming to court. He said that there was a delay to get him to board the vehicle to come to court. As soon as he got there, he said they will find out what the issues were. And at this time, they were downstairs and getting booked when Advocate Baloyi was saying all of this and addressing the court. While Advocate Zandile Mshololo consulted with her client, accused number 5, Fisoguhle NTULU, upon them entering the court. And she said that there was a delay from the prison. She said it's regarding the torture that accused number 5 is encountering in prison, especially when he has been taken from C-max to maximum without being at fault. She said that there's a lot of complaints which makes him unable to attend the proceedings because of the torture. He has been denied blankets and sheets. It's a lot. As a result, she said that she would ask for an adjournment so that they can deal with the legal aid to see if someone can be able to assist Mr. NTULU in getting the urgent application. So she was ready at this point to ask for assistance, maybe ask for another lawyer to come and handle this case separately with DCS, in my opinion.
Yeah. So
in my mind, I was like, okay, we have kind of seen this before, right? When Advocate Mnisi was complaining, not once, not twice, but a lot of times about the ill treatment that accused number 3 had been receiving before, and he would just be brushed over. Yeah. So
it must be said that this really particular prison of MAMPURU, it is one special kind of a prison, to say the least. The one that really we have seen things change from the beginning. We have seen worse, basically, treatment of the prisoners, and I'm tempted to even give them a chance and not be biased in this case and say, oh well, maybe accused number 3 indeed has a cell phone. But I remember, this is the very same prison that put Ngube in a solitary confinement for 4 years, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is the very same prison capable of doing that.
And
inhumane treatment. They can release statements after statements, but something must be done about that prison. There is something not right about it. I don't know whether to say they are colluding. I don't know whether to say, but all is allegedly, because it seems too convenient that when the state is found wondering about this case, seemingly sluggish and wasting time, if you ask me, allegedly, and then that coincide with the problems that come from that prison.
The judge asked who was torturing him, and I'm like, okay, it's if he's interested. But to my surprise today, he actually came up with a solution. It was a first for me. For me, it was a first to see him actually detailing the whole thing and caring enough to hear what's going on and even making a ruling at the end. It was unusual for me.
Look, the tables have turned. The times of a blanket approach, just because you have done crime, therefore you are a criminal, even on the cases that you are alleged to be criminal on, they are all gone. doubts have been casted in the very same environment and outside the world of that court. Whether you like it or not, somewhere, somehow, we are going to have to look at some of these things. Somewhere, somehow, somewhere, or a grandchild of this man could have ran with a cell phone and said, "There, grandpa, look at this. This man is saying the person who's testifying there is lying about him." Somewhere, somehow, you are going to have to take a decision on the basis of whether there were lies. Did the police tell lies? And if ever they were to be found lying about one thing which brings that court to where it is, I do not care about your AVL loading and doing all that. This case is done.
Mshololo said that it was a Mr. Leta who is head at MAMPURU, where accused number 5 is kept. And the judge asked how is he torturing him. And Mshololo said that it's alleged that he was found in possession of a cell phone during recess, which is not correct. He has never been found in possession of a cell phone, and as a result of that, he was removed. The judge wanted to know when was he allegedly being accused of being found in possession of the cell phone. Mshololo said that it was during recess, and as a result of that, he was removed from CMAX to the maximum center. And when he was asked why he's being moved, or when he asked rather the people that were moving him why he was being moved, they said it was because he had been found in possession of a cell phone, which is not the truth. When he asked for the evidence to say that he was found with this cell phone, he was never given that evidence. So he asked for proof, and the proof was never given to him that you were found in possession of this particular cell phone. And because this particular cell phone was used by you, you are going to be punished. Yabo? None of that, according to his version, took place. So Mshololo then said, where he is being kept, he's being denied. Just before she could finish her sentence, the judge interrupted and said, "We are still talking about torture. Is that what is entailed in the torture, that he was found in possession of the cell phone?" And I was like, yo. So being falsely accused, that does not count as torture, ne?
No.
I'm like, okay, it doesn't count. So he says that no, it is not true, and he produced the proof. They couldn't produce the proof. They can't find the proof, or rather show him the proof of what was happening with regards to them having said that they found the cell phone. So they remanded him and to CMAX, from CMAX to maximum. And according to him, that is torture. So Mshololo said it is torture. Yes, it amounts to a punishment. To say that now you are being punished, you are going to be removed from CMAX to maximum. So the judge then asked, so when was he removed? And Mshololo said that it happened during a recess. So the judge asked and said, but yesterday he was here. And Mshololo said, yes, he was here. That is why I'm saying that happened during the recess. The judge then asked, so he didn't complain yesterday, he's complaining today about what happened in the recess. And Mshololo said, yes, I'm unpacking as to when it started. Now, he is being denied communication with his family and his lawyers, and also he's being denied blankets and sheets from his bed. So he couldn't even sleep last night, as I'm being told. That is why I'm saying if it can be narrated properly in an affidavit, it will detail further what I have been informed either than testifying from the bar. So the judge wanted to hear from Mr. Baloyi if he knew what was happening. And Baloyi said that this is the first time that they get to hear about these issues. He said, we were just informed this morning that the reason for the delay is that accused number 5 is refusing to come out of his cell. He said, we didn't know exactly what the issues were until Advocate Mshololo unpacked those issues. Obviously, the first thing would be to investigate the complaints with correctional services and to hear if there's any middle cause that cannot be found. Maybe they should take a short adjournment. He said that it was by then 5 to 11. And maybe they can resume at 11:30 to see if they can't find a way forward. The judge now asked, where is Mr. Leka stationed? And Baloyi said, according to the information that he has been placed before court, he is the head of CMAX. So the court would recall that Mr. Matlala, the head of BMAX, was here just the other day. Mr. Matlala was the one testifying and speaking to the issues they were having with accused number 3, and accused number 3 apparently is at B maximum. So he said that when the issue of the pads on the ankles rose its head, and they just have to liaise with the management of MAMPURU just to establish exactly what the issues are. So CMAX is about 10 or 55, not even 15, 10 to 5 minutes away from the High Court in Pretoria. So the judge asked Baloyi to call Mr. Leka. The judge asked if this was the only person who was allegedly torturing Mshololo's client. And Mshololo said that the head of CMAX, Mr. Leka, is the only one who said or is said to have been torturing Ms. Mshololo's client. So Mshololo asked to take instructions, and when she returned, she said that it's Mr. Leta, the head of CMAX. That's the only person that's torturing her client. So there was an adjournment. The judge asked for Mr. Leta to be brought to court. But after that short adjournment, and when they came back, instead of Mr. Leka, there was now a Mr. Tebengu. Right, who is the one that Advocate Baloyi got a hold of to stand in for Mr. Leka. And he said that Mr. Tebengu is the head of CMAX prison, so he is above Mr. Leka. So the judge asked where Mr. Leka was, and Baloyi said that he's not available. But the person to talk to the issues that have been raised is Mr. Tebengu.
But the person accused is Mr. Leka.
Yes.
And Mr. Tebengu gets to be reported on. And look at how it looks sneaky to bring your head. You want a person who did whatever they said, they claimed, they alleged they did, and then you
has
bring
to come and prove his case.
You bring in someone who doesn't even know whether they got the cell phone, by the way,
who wasn't even there when the raid was happening. Sure. So he said that they had a brief consultation in the presence of Advocate Mshololo after Mr. Tebengu arrived during the adjournment. And he said that there was a dispute of facts between Advocate Mshololo and Tebengu about exactly what happened and what is happening. And they wanted to bring an application. And Advocate Simpson from Legal Aid was also in court with a view of having a discussion around that issue. So Mr. Tebengu from Correctional Services said that he knows what he knows is that NTULU was given an opportunity to call his family. He had already called his family 2 times with regard to legal representation. He knows that he has to write a request, and then they get to approve it for him to contact the legal representative. And up to so far, they didn't receive the request in written form to contact the legal representatives. He said that Mr. NTULU must write to them for that request. Well, Tebengu said that he called on the 12th of July, and the 18th of July is when he contacted his wife. So that is with respect to accused number 5. And with regard to the brown keys, he's having a sheet and 3 blankets.
Obvious. Immediately there's this noise. Anyone could have ran and put that blanket and everything else. Obvious.
He said he saw those blankets and sheets in the morning. He is staying alone in a cell, accused number 5. So the judge then says, so he said somebody deprived him of the sheets and the blankets, and he calls the name of Mr. Lekwa, and the word he used was that he was tortured. You know, the way he was emphasizing, he was like he wasn't buying it. So, well, Gqebengu said that, my lord, each and every member is entitled. It is their right to have blankets and a sheet, so we cannot deny him such. The cell phone was found on the 8th of July. Then he was transferred to CMAX on the 19th of July 2025. So the judge asked who found the phone, and Gqebengu said that he could not tell. He has never seen the cell phone. So first of all, you come and you call someone who's never seen
The cell phone.
Okay, and then the judge said who entertained the report about the cell phone or the complaint that he was in possession of a cell phone. And Gqebengu said the search was conducted by the National EST Task Team. The National Commissioner was present.
National Commissioner, since the what do you call the cushions? Was it because of that National Commission, isn't it?
No, there's a commissioner for the prisons in Pretoria, and then there's a national commissioner. The national commissioner prisons all over the country. Now, the national commissioner, they conducted a raid. It was a Sunday. It was on the news. The story broke out on Monday because apparently they were doing it at 11 o'clock to midnight. But it became a big story.
Oh, I remember. So that's the story.
For Ket Matlala's phone was also, he was found in possession of a cell phone. And then he was moved to CMAX. Ket Matlala. Usmus Ket Matlala. Yes, that's the major story and the report that was given. And also, I saw some of the images of Rodovin Krecha as well. They went and checked on him in this very same CMAX. That's where he's housed. Now hearing that accused number 5 also, he is saying he was at BMAX. And then they move him from BMAX to CMAX under this accusation that he had a cell phone with him. And then he's denying that he had the cell phone. He didn't have the cell phone with him. So, yeah, a lot was going on.
I mean, if the system was working properly, this warranted investigation in that KGOSI MAMPURU. But, well, you know what it is. You know what time it is, right?
Well, he said that the National Commissioner was present, Mr. Tobakale, and he gave instructions that he must be transferred to CMAX. So they are putting this transferring of accused number 5 on Mr. Tobakale, the National Commissioner. And because they said he wanted to investigate the cell phone. Asked if he was present on the 8th, Mr. Gqebengu said that he was not present. So this is someone who was not even there when the raid was happening, who doesn't know what happened exactly, detail, word for word, T for T. It reports he just came to court empty-handed to say that he wasn't there. Yabo. So the search was conducted at 11 to 12 at night, and the judge asked if there was a complaint lodged by accused number 5 that he's being tortured, and Gqebengu said no, there was no such a complaint. And then the judge asked, did he lodge a charge that he was tortured by Mr. Lekwa, and or was it Leka or Leta? I forgot. Gqebengu said, no, my lord, any incident is reported to my office with immediate effect. And the judge asked, have you spoken to Mr. Leta? And Gqebengu said, yes, I spoke to Mr. Leta this morning. One of his responsibilities is to interview all offenders that are going out of the center, either to hospital or to the court. So if he spoke to him in the morning, what was so difficult about him coming and testifying?
Because then you'd have to maybe lie under oath.
Well, the judge asked
Allegedly.
Mshololo for any questions, and Mshololo said that she was not sure of the process or the procedure. So the judge said, we are trying to solve a problem. He can hear me. I didn't say he must take an oath. Yeah, again, the WADA was not asked to take an oath, just like Mr. Matlala was not asked to take an oath. Then he said to her that if she does not have questions, it's not a problem. And Mshololo said that she was asking if Mr. NTULU can state this case before the court. He can speak for himself. Well, accused number 5 did stand up and started speaking for himself. And his side of the story, he said that what Mr. Tebengu was saying is not true. He arrived on the 9th, and he said that he even wrote to Mr. Tebengu. He even contacted Jix to speak to Mr. Tebengu. Jix is the judicial... Well, it's a body that holds the correctional services accountable when it comes to inmates. I just forgot the full description of it and what it means. Well, to speak to Mr. Tebengu and that he didn't know why he was brought to CMAX. He said that they wrote the letter on the 10th. He was with them on the 10th and they never replied. So he says he actually wrote the letter and they never replied. That's very interesting. And he said that he spoke to them again on the 14th. They left him at the office and they went to Mr. Tebengu's office, and then they came back and told him that he doesn't have an answer. So on the 13th, KGOSI informed him that Mr. Leta said he must not be in communication up until the people from the CMAX come. And after that, it took about 20 or 30 minutes. Mr. Leta came to take his blankets and sheets away from him. He said, I asked the cleaners around the cells to help me with bed sheets, and they helped, with 2 sheets. And Mr. Leta came back again and took those sheets that he had gotten from the cleaners. Oh my God.
It's on fire.
Yo. Yesterday after court, he said he asked to make a phone call, and then he was informed that he was not allowed to. So usually when the inmates come from court, he said that they are allowed to make phone calls to whoever they want to call. So he said that yesterday Mr. Masongani of Jix went to Mr. Lekwa and to inquire about the letter that they wrote, and unfortunately he did not receive any answer. So they were blue ticking this letter, allegedly. So NTULU said he does not know the reason why he was transferred to CMAX. He said that he was seeing Mr. Tebengu for the first time in court today. Ever since he arrived at CMAX, he had never seen him. Even in the prison that he was in, he is the one who is supposed to be monitoring them in that jail. But he's starting to see him for the first time today in court. And he was saying that the letter he wrote to him, he has never responded to it up until today. This is from the 12th. Today is the 23rd.
Yeah.
So NTULU then said again, the issues of saying that they found him with a phone is not true. The police came to conduct a search and asked the accused persons to go outside like others. And he said it was not long after the lights were switched off. They made them place their hands on the wall, right, and against the wall, and the police officer searched him and then told him to go back inside, and then the search continued. One police officer appeared, and he said that this particular officer was wearing black, and asked pertaining to the TV that was in his cell whether he had a permit for it. And he said that he informed him that it doesn't belong to him. It's the TV that belonged to the entire section. He said that that TV goes from one cell to another. They exchange it. That's his version. I don't know. He then told him that since he is not getting a permit for that TV, the WADA said that he will be taking that TV, and whoever wants it, they will have to come with that permit and show it to them and come and fetch that TV at the office. So he said he's actually the one who assisted this WADA to plug out the TV and gave it to him, and then that WADA left. The one who was searching him continued, and then another female officer, came to them, and then he said that he asked for their jail ticket, and he said that he gave her that jail ticket that was his. He said that he was under the impression that they wanted to go and write, that TV came from his cell, since they took the ticket number as well, since they asked him for his ticket. So the officer who was searching continued doing so. Then after he was done, he told him that he was done, and then he locked him in, right? So he said that there is nothing that he found on him or inside the cell. A captain by the name of Mshini, he said he only knows him by that name, Mshini, and he didn't know the other officers that were with Mshini. He said that in the morning, they came with Mshini, or in the early morning hours, they came to his cell, and then they informed him that he needed to pack all his belongings and go.
So if they found this phone, for example, at the time when they found the phone, why didn't they exit this punishment right there?
Immediately, right?
Immediately. Why did they have to wait for the next day?
I don't know. I thought that's how it works. Like when you are found with something, it's immediate punishment. He said, I asked why, and they informed me that they found a cell phone yesterday. So I asked Mr. Mshini, who was doing the search, why didn't he inform me about the cell phone? Other officers never told me that they found a cell phone. And then I was told the area commissioner said I must be transferred to CMAX on that day. That's how I left CMAX. Everything else, I don't know. They never found a cell phone in BMAX, because that is where he says he was staying at. The section that he was staying at was BMAX, and they never found a cell phone in that section. So he said that what made him lament more is that the jail or the prison officials were planting him. In other words, framing him. Okay. Because the person who was found with a phone was actually in CMAX. Then the guards took that person out of CMAX to BMAX. So this person, after being found with the cell phone, according to
is rewarded.
They were actually rewarded instead of being punished. They were taken from the more hectic, strict section to a more relaxed one. So they swapped with him. That's what NTULU is saying, that they actually swapped with him, and then they placed him in CMAX instead. So they swapped this person that they allegedly were rewarding from CMAX by swapping with NTULU. NTULU is the one who ended up taking his place in CMAX. So the interpreter, there was a point where he was telling him to slow down. Ati, ngicela uwehlise udlame. And I'm like, Mr. Interpreter. Mr. Interpreter, oh. Mr. Interpreter, wait. So I was like, you're not helping him put his case when you're now throwing such accusations. I don't know, maybe I just read too much into it. Well, NTULU said that there was no phone that was found in BMAX. That is a lie. The guards in CMAX are covering their things with him. The person who was found with a phone was actually in CMAX, and he even gave us the name. He said the name is David Ramahale. So David Ramahale. David Ramahale's name made it to Pretoria High Court, and this is because of the frustration that NTULU is feeling. He said that they removed him from CMAX and placed him in BMAX where they were placed. So by releasing David before his time was finished in CMAX, they replaced him with him, not that he was found with a phone. So he's really not prepared to take punishment for something he didn't do.
So they take a TV and then the TV turns out to be a cell phone.
Yes. He said that there was no phone that was found in BMAX. It's one section. There was not even dacha that was for those who smoke. Okay, they didn't find contraband, is what he's saying, because it was recently opened, that section of BMAX. So NTULU said that's all that he knows regarding the situation that he's in. So the judge asked if he was transferred since the 9th, and he said yes, he's been placed in CMAX till
Why
today.
was he ever transferred to KGOSI MAMPURU in any case?
I don't know. Those were the questions that advocate for NTULU were hammering on, and they were just being blue ticked before de novo.
Yeah.
Uyakumbula?
Yeah.
Do you remember? They
Yeah.
were hammering on these questions.
It would
Why?
later come back to haunt this whole case, because now it seems as if one can actually put an assumption, throw one assumption there that maybe it was to have a grip and a control over these people, so that you control how they actually plead in that court. I don't know, because all this now that is happening, it seems as if it's like it's an angry child who's angry at someone because they did not get what they want. They will create situations unfavorable to the people. Like I don't understand how the whole prison actually is now discussed in court for an hour
It was
or more than an hour.
It's actually the half a day gone. It's not even half a day. It's more than half a day. It was a lot. It was a lot.
But I must recommend Mshololo on this one. It might seem like Mshololo is wasting time in entertaining these things. I'll tell you what and how everything could turn left. We have a person, and perhaps these problems could be attributed to Absalom Zungu. You know?
Okay.
Since he came to testify, since he wrote a statement, I hope he comes to testify. Since he wrote that statement, there are a lot of things that are happening to these people. A lot of them. But this one of a cell phone, I was just sitting and thinking, what could be there?
Why do they want to give him a cell phone now?
If someone comes and say that person had a cell phone, therefore this person had access to
the outside world.
Then that person can threaten the outside world. In my thinking, that's my opinion, and then that comes in as evidence, meaning it nullifies the evidence of Absalom Zungu. So you see the damage that showing your hand before time can actually do. In my opinion, this is obviously allegedly, in my opinion, there is no way that could be the case. I'm just saying anything is possible, there could be a way to debunk this Absalom who's coming to. But the problem with that, then how do you perhaps debunk others that are still gonna come? You can talk about the signs of guns and all that from the judge last time Buthelezi came, and so far as you can, but eventually you're gonna have to admit that there are many people who are coming and debunking the theories that are put in that court.
Yes.
And in all honesty, there's only few people that can do that and kill this whole case. All is alleged. These are basically theories that we could make out of this. Maybe there was a call. Remember, it is easy to get Babu Absalom's number. The son, who Babu Absalom claims he lied, he definitely has his number. And anyone can call that number, and then all of a sudden Section 205 comes in.
Remember, there was also evidence that was shared that they found a cell phone in 2018 on accused number 5 at Kalagabusha or something like that.
Yes, there was similar. Yes, there was a similar incident that happened. I think eventually that phone caused a lot of problems in section 202, section 205.
So it was also
it even
playing
called
a
Kelly.
role. Yes.
I'm sure it's the very same phone
That
called
phone
Kelly.
was
Allegedly,
a lot of
through
activities.
internet.
Yes.
Even though we don't know whether it was through WhatsApp pre-testing or BBM stuff being tested on other Android phones. But
We don't know.
there are
I
things.
even remember Mshololo's name being thrown in there to say that she was receiving phone calls from inside by that phone.
It's very scary to see these things happening right in front of our nose.
I was like, hey, yeah. So now I'm also wondering with this whole accusation that he was found with a phone. And I'm actually even shocked that it only comes now. I was like, oh my God, why was it not raised on the 21st? And then I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe accused number 5 had not disclosed to his legal representative. Then as soon as he disclosed, because now he was starting to maybe be allegedly punished and given some type of treatment, and now he vocalizes the treatment. Through vocalizing that treatment, it now came forth that there's an accusation that he had a cell phone. And
Because think about it, what could be the purpose of throwing this man in solitary confinement? Basically, nothing. Nothing. The case is almost done from the state side. What could be the purpose? So perhaps there's a bit of resentment. A bit of resentment. If we were to just open these theories, there was a theory thrown by D4 at some point that accused number 5 was willing to roll and throw everyone under the bus and say, yeah, we did go there. I was a getaway person. But could it be one of those resentments that are happening because there has been a twist, perhaps, allegedly, as D4 alleges? Maybe the twist is that the person decided not to go with a theory after all. Now, all of a sudden, there's this resentment, and then by hook or crook, we want to find you or do something or taint, or there's something that we must do so that we can charge you for something. Because you could have called Absalom, for heaven's sake, and that's another charge, threatening people.
And in the way, the intensity it is done, it's almost like they want a reaction out of him that is unbecoming. And then the next thing they're like, oh, yes, he's violent. Yes, he's this. Yes.
I'm saying this because I could marry this to what happened to Ndanzi. Ndanzi at some point was singled out. It was after the so-called voluntarily a confession that happened, and then when Ndanzi did not confirm that in that court, and all of a sudden there was this pressure. Even the things that you are saying, was checking Capitec and all those things, there was a lot of things that were happening. It looks similar to that, but let be that as it may, I don't think at this point in time there is a way you can twist this case.
Well, the judge asked if they had any problems there, NTULU, and he said he does have a lot of problems. There are many. The judge asked what are they, and NTULU said that he was being abused. His blankets were taken away, like he said before, and he's being denied making calls. They took his sheets and made him to bath in cold water in the morning. So the judge asked where his co-accused were housed, and Munisi said said that
No, his
accused
friends.
number one.
His friends. I've never heard a judge saying they're accused in court, they are friends. What are you insinuating?
Oh, he said his friends. His friends.
He started by saying his friends. That's why the guy was confused in answering that, because his friends.
What friends?
What friends? Friends in crime?
Well, Nisi said that accused number one was at Modabi prison, and we also must recall that how accused number one ended up in Modabi prison. The story behind how he actually didn't make it to MAMPURU. Maybe that was the plan, to take him there as well. But then what ended up happening with him is that during the bail application or bail appearance, at the beginning at Boksburg, from Boksburg to another court in Pretoria, he actually complained in court in front of a judge that he was being followed at the police station. Was it Valeria police station? He was being assaulted there by different police officers who were not stationed at that police station. They were coming from different police stations or somewhere else. They would come and assault him.
And that became the people who were in that police station. We remember that, right? As they were dealing with his evidence.
They changed the evidence to the people in that police station, and they even got the head of that police station to come and testify to say that none such happened. But that's not the evidence of accused number one. He actually said that there were different police officers who would come and assault him at that police station.
No, they are strong-minded, these accused. I must recommend them. Because
they are strong, ne? This was a psychological
can you
warfare.
imagine where you say, I went to, the person who did this went to West, and then they come back with someone from North.
Yo.
And you have to listen and sit down in court and listen to that evidence. Those are things that can make you feel like you are crazy.
Yeah, it was a full-time psychological warfare as well in that courtroom on its own. They are much stronger.
So the Dane sues. Hey, it should be deeper.
Yeah. It needs to be some serious lawsuit, because wow, he's been through a lot. Well, Nisi said accused number one was at Modabi prison. Accused number two was not serving a sentence. He's awaiting trial in MAMPURU. So Bongani Ntanzi has been in prison since 2020. No bail. He's been denied bail twice before the proceedings started. So the judge asked if he was also having problems at MAMPURU. Ramasipele asked to consult with him, and when he returned, he said that he was housed at B unit, which is not the same as BMAX, different sections, and he does not have any complaints. So Mnisi said that accused number three, the problems, they have abated a bit. You know, the problems that he was also having because he had his own complaints the previous day. You know, he said at MAMPURU BMAX, things have come down a bit, and he does not see Ntanzi. They are not in the same section. So accused number four, Yena, is at Louikop prison, and where he is, he has no complaints as well. And Duli said that he would like to be taken back to Louikop prison. Apparently he was there before they took him to MAMPURU. And he said that he has no challenges at all there. The judge wanted to know if it's awaiting trial or serving sentences that were housed there, and accused number four is serving a sentence. And the judge asked Ntuli where he wanted to be housed. Ntuli said he would like to be returned back to where he was initially, which is Louikop, because he is from Louikop initially, and he said that they can place him at any section but maximum of Louikop because he belongs to maximum. That's what he said.
Very fair.
Yeah.
See how fair these people are? They know where they belong.
They know where they belong.
They are not fighting to where they belong. Why would they fight so much like this? if they did this. I mean,
if they actually did this particular crime. Because the ones that he's been sentenced for, uyavuma ukuthi hayi, he's agreeing, I belong
to this one.
Yes.
I deserve that, in a sense. Like, that to me, like, that aha moment, like, I belong there.
So the judge asked Mr. Tebenga for his classification, and he said it is maximum prison. He doesn't know how many are there in a maximum Luokop, and accused number 4 is also in maximum at Luokop. So the judge
in a sense, in any case, when I say the true, he could have chosen KZN. Because he's supposed to be arrested in KZN, Kalagabusha. The reason why he's here in Joburg
is because
of this Senzo case.
Yes. He was moved all the way from Kalagabusha to here. Even accused number 4 as well apparently was serving at KZN, a prison in KZN.
The person who's supposed to be this side is accused number 3.
Nakona
Joburg side.
Sunny side.
Different side.
Yes, it's Sunny side.
Yeah.
Johannesburg prison. He's supposed to be there.
Sun City.
Yes, Sun City.
No, Sunny side.
No, Sunny side. Sun City. That's where he's supposed to be. My apologies. I'm thinking about Sun City, Pretoria. Same thing.
Yeah.
But Sun City.
That side of Moloko.
Johannesburg Central, that's where he's supposed to be. But then they were moved because of Senzo's case. After that, Boksburg Magistrate Court and Advocate Baloi coming in, and now Pretoria.
Even this case, they were about this case, they are supposed to be housed in Johannesburg. This is how messed up this case is, because they are supposed to be housed in Johannesburg. In my opinion, because this case is a Johannesburg case.
Yes, it's a Johannesburg case, and a formal application was supposed to happen for it to be moved to Pretoria. You don't just move a case to a different jurisdiction just like that. It's usually a process. Yeah, but it's a process. So this one was weird because 2 court appearances at Boksburg and then Pretoria. It was strange. I remember us questioning it a lot. You know, it was very, very strange.
Is it Chauke who refused to prosecute this one?
Yes, he did.
As Defoe alleged.
But it's not only Defoe alleges, the articles are there. He said that there wasn't sufficient evidence or something like that, but he refused to prosecute this case.
And then Lidwaba welcomes it.
Yeah. At Pretoria High Court, yes. So accused number 4 is also in maximum. The judge asked what would be the problem if accused number 5 was transferred there as well, and Mr. Tebengu said if it's an order from the court, there's nothing that they can do. So the judge asked where Mr. Leka was stationed, and he said CMAX. Mr. Zondo is the head at Louis Corp, and accused number 4 said that he's never had any problems with Mr. Zondo. They are fine. And the judge said if it's impossible for accused number 5 NTULU to have peace of mind to attend his trial, I'm making an order that he be housed at Louis Corp maximum. So Mshololo said that it would assist the accused to concentrate during the proceedings. She asked that they adjourn and the correctional services be given the afternoon to make the transfer. Then tomorrow morning they can be able to resume with the court proceedings as normal, and they'd already lost the day. So Ntuli said that since Tebengu is, complaining about transport and stuff, not on a usual basis. Apparently he's saying that he's transported to court every day by warders from Louis Corp. The transport that he's using is from Louis Corp. It's the one fetching him at MAMPURU and taking him to court. So daily. So Tebengu said that he didn't know about the transport.
This guy doesn't know anything, but is here to protect someone.
And then he came with a boldness to come and testify, and you don't even know what's going on. Well, he asked that today he sleeps at CMAX, then they transport him tomorrow. NTULU asked not to sleep there tonight because they were going to burn him. That's what he said. Bazongishisa. Meaning that they were going to torture him with an electrocuting device. Since the judge had made an order.
I'm sorry, but yeah, you know, when you listen to these things, sometimes there and there, it makes you laugh. The manner in which he put it, they are going to ban him. Does that thing ban? Or it just... It feels like a ban.
The feeling is like a ban. I agree, you're getting electrocuted. So, Kabengu said nothing will happen to him. Well, I don't know if I believe that.
Accused number 5 was not having it there. It's like, look at how he's looking at me. This. You know what I like about accused number 5? He was vocal from the beginning.
Yeah.
Even at Boxback, accused number 5 was not having it. He's like, he's got that, you know, that leave me to serve my sentence, man. Alone. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone.
Hi. But this is shocking, guys. The fact that these things are still happening in prison. It's kind of scary. Well, the judge said that Mr. Kabengu and Advocate Baloyi and Ms. Mishololo must write a letter to both prisons advising them about his new arrangement that he has said, even though he does not have the authority to do what he's doing. So Judge Ratam Khwatleng was saying, he doesn't have the authority to do what he was doing, making that ruling. I don't know, because other judges have done it. So why does he believe that he doesn't have the power to make that ruling? Because you could tell that he's apologizing for maybe
he was
stepping on toes. He was in pain. He didn't want to do it, in my opinion, or allegedly.
Allegedly, he was at pain.
He
was at pains.
It pains. It pains. Pain. I find in it pains. Pains is more painful. So he said that he doesn't want to tell them how to do their jobs, but it's because the problem is disrupting the session of the court. And NTULU made remarks also about how Kabengu was looking at him. That's
a Vigeka moment. Good rough. You don't want to be that side of MAMPURU.
Okay, don't go to prison. Stay away from crime.
That's a Vigeka moment.
Hey, no ways. So after the long adjournment, the judge asked if there was any re-examination, and Baloyi said no. The judge put on record the commentary about proceedings relating to an inspection in loco. He was putting on record his notes, and he was finding a way to explain to us who did not understand that it's within his right as a presiding officer to put his own opinions about what he saw at the inspection in loco. So he found a passage that supports his notes that he put together for the inspection in loco. It's a case from 1947.
It has to be prior.
He read and said that the part where he said that the judicial officer needs to make notes and read them out in the open and ask whether the parties are satisfied with the judge's observations, which is what he did yesterday. So he was literally letting us know that what he did yesterday is correct. Yes. The state said that they didn't have anything to add. Mnisi said that on picture number 10, it also confirmed what he said on the emotional state of accused number 1 when he demonstrated how he was treated. The rest of the defense counsel had no additions, and that concluded the evidence of the inspection in loco. So the state now called Warrant Officer Tebatso given Munakedi, who was said to testify on the aerial photographs. What happened to yesterday's witness? The one who was testifying about cones and stuff. Guys,
he didn't come back with pictures.
I thought he was going to come back with pictures. What happened? Can someone explain to me what happened? What happened? I was expecting that he's going to continue, right? From where he left off, and he's going to come back with those pictures he was asked to come back with.
That's how the state is moving. Even Gininda, I thought he's going to come back.
Even Gininda is not done. Brigadier Gininda is not done. But now, tomorrow, they're closing the case. The state's case has been closed. Phew, guys, this is so weird. Nisi said that on behalf of accused number 1 and 3, they had no issues on their behalf. They can also be handed, they consent to the aerial photographs. The rest of the defense counsel shared the same view as well. And Baloyi said that it would not dispense the evidence of this witness if this evidence was officially admitted. But he still wanted him to look at the photos either way and describe what was happening in the pictures. So Munakedi confirmed the pictures and then he was excused. Baloyi dealt also with the subpoena of Mr. John Bailey, an ENCA news editor. He made my day. He said we indicated that we will call him. However, Mr. Bailey initiated proceedings on his behalf to challenge the subpoena, which called on him to appear on the 21st of July 2025 and to remain in attendance until he is excused from court. The subpoena was issued in terms of Section 179 by the offices of the Director of Public Prosecutions. The matter was then placed, and he said that he was told that it would be argued before court on the 21st. However, an agreement was reached between NPA and the legal representative of Mr. Bailey. And Mr. Bailey is no longer available to testify. The agreement between the NPA and the legal representatives of Mr. Bailey was premised on the agreement that was entered into between the South African National Editors Forum, SANE, or SANE, and law enforcement agencies. The effect of that is that Mr. Bailey is no longer available to testify.
So what happens to that evidence of debunking law?
It needs to go away. What can it do? I mean, Mr. Bailey is not there to authorize and to say, yes, this footage is this and so on and so. That footage could be from anywhere. Who is going to authenticate the footage? There's nobody to do it.
It states the time since I'm theatrical that were happening in that court.
No, Miss Lorraine.
They had, NCA had to bring lawyers there. They costed them money. Had to bring lawyers there to fight to be in that court.
And they lost.
And all of a sudden,
they won partially. Not even partially. They won like 15%. Because now we have to watch these proceedings with no visuals of the witnesses.
They've forgotten.
No, Mr. Bailey is cock. Mr. Bailey knows his rights.
Definitely. He's not like Abu Nyabantu.
Agafani natu, Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey knows and understands his rights. And Mr. Bailey balile vele in the affidavit and said Diana he doesn't know anything about archives.
They are forgetting these ones. They forget.
Mr. Bailey said, I don't know where this footage is coming from.
They burn bridges and then after that they come back, they ask for favors. Wow.
And now you want to force Mr. Bailey to come and testify on things he knows nothing about. Mr. Bailey summoned his lawyers.
Mr. Bailey said, and he is the blade. It was not even his lawyers. I think it's an ENCA lawyers.
Mr. Bailey said, and
he is the blade.
I'm too busy.
But hey, come and just say this is long way indeed.
Mr. Bailey is not working for the state. Mr. Bailey is not working for the state. Okay.
And easy. Awuzoba wena uzothiwe nana thwase manje ngifike lapha ngizobonana nezinto engingazazi ngangekho zishoot and easy.
Well, Mr. Bailey, I'm proud. Saba well to be Mr. Bailey in the future.
You can play with everyone, but don't play with that type. You see that type? That type does not play around. If it doesn't,
Saba well, I'm talking about to be Mr. Bailey.
You don't play around now.
Where I can challenge a supina, mtase boldly
so usephindele kulongo yaqhuka manje. Is that the case? Is he limping again?
I don't even know what was the purpose of entertaining this.
So that video, what was it doing? It was saying Longo was not limping. Therefore, Longo did not limp because he did not shoot himself. So now, since they have taken away that part and Longo is not coming to court, so Longo is limping again. That's the best way I can explain it.
He's limping.
Yeah.
He hasn't been debunked. Why don't you just call Longwen? You spent all this time and money and effort subpoenaing Mr. Bailey. He was not even there. He was in China. Why not subpoena Longwen?
I'll Bailey so long again.
Why not subpoena the person? Then Mr. Bailey, if they are available or have the means or the footage, then they can support Mr. Longwe's evidence. But no, Mr. Bailey must now come and speak on behalf of Longwe. Oh, Mr. Bailey, no.
So the defense can use the limping part.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they want.
Yeah.
We are crook again. It's available. It hasn't been closed.
We must say it. This thing was all about limping.
Oh my God. Today I was like, Mr. Bailey, oh my God. Mr. Bailey made my day. Yes. Mr. Bailey made my day.
We respect our Ndabanjengo Bay.
Yes.
We don't have time to waste.
Yes. Time is money.
Time is money.
When you are heading a big company such as ENCA, and then they want to waste your time, put you in remand, wait to testify. How many days was that? It was a long time. You know, he's just like.
And there is the plague.
So Baloy also handed over the flow of correspondence that happened between the DPP and the parties, meaning Mr. Bailey's lawyers. He was reading each and every single correspondence that happened between the two of them, from the affidavit to the response letters that they were sending, the back and forth. He was putting all of that on record. So
the correspondent, all animals are equals, but some are more equal than others type of vibe. Is that what was submitted there? Oh, okay.
And at some point, Mshololo asked that he place the documents on record first, because it looked like Advocate Balui wanted to hand them over to the judge. And Mshololo was like, no, put them on record. But Loy said that I don't need permission. He looked upset, ashamed.
Hey, okay.
Well, he read a section also 234 about proof of official documents, and he went through the entire trail of subpoenas. And Nisi asked for an indulgence after all that reading that Advocate Baloyi did. And when he returned, he said that Mr. Sbia's concern is that there was a sentence there that was read to the effect that it was him who gave instructions to Mr. Mgomezulu to put it on his behalf that Mr. Longwe shot himself. He said that should be corrected. but he said to him that it was dealt with during cross-examination of Brigadier Kininda. Baloyi handed up a document that he says dealt with Advocate Mnisi to Sergeant Mabasa on the 20th of June 2025. It was put to him that in January 2013, accused number 3 was arrested and he was released on the 17th of September 2024. And he said that the affidavit is not yet officially certified. They will try and have it done by today. They discuss...
Accused number what?
3.
Was arrested until?
That he was arrested in January 2013 and released on the 17th of September 2014.
17th of September 2014.
I don't trust these dates though. Is this the dates that...
So, can you keep the dreadlocks in prison?
It depends. Are you in awaiting trial or are you in prison?
No, you were serving sentence, wasn't it?
For which one? Which crime?
2013.
He was arrested in...
Yeah, it's an arrest. It's not...
I don't know.
Being detained.
My dates are all mixed up.
No, I'm saying you was arrested. You were serving sentence. So he couldn't have kept dreads. So you keep dreads and then crime was committed on... You were released on September. And crime was committed on 26 October. You would have grown so much dreads. Huh?
But he didn't dispute the pictures that they were taken in October of 2014.
Yeah.
And in the pictures, some of them he has dreads. Hey, I don't know. Me, I don't know anymore. I'm exhausted from the state's case. It's been 2 years, Bazalwane. Give me a break.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's been 2 years of going around in circles. I'm exhausted. Okay, I'm over the state's case right now. I'm so happy they are done. So he said that they discussed this with Mnisi and they had not yet reached a consensus about this affidavit. And he also handed up 2 memory sticks that were the Section 205s of Kelly Kumalo and Longwe Twala with the Rika information. And this was what Pinky Faintelengem was testifying on. And he said that tomorrow's proceedings is expected to be short. After handing up that document or the affidavit, they will be concluding the state's evidence on behalf of the state. After 2 very long years. But then, what about Brigadier Kininda? Is he done? What about the ballistic evidence of Mangena? What about that?
Oh no, but Mangena is not longer needed. Now it's going to be debunked. It's time for schooling.
I am done, Bazalwane.
It's time for schooling.
And that wraps up my summary for today.
Let's see what you guys have to say then. From yesterday until today.
I mean, my highlight was Mr. Bailey. Saba well to be Mr. Bailey in my life. And
Let's see what you guys have to say. If you have anything to say. If you don't, it's okay to sleep early. We need to travel. So, let's see what you guys have to say. Ned was here and he shared what he couldn't share, what we couldn't share with you guys. Mzansi, hello.
Hello, Mr. Anonymous.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hi, very well, sir.
Hi, not bad, in fact.
Yeah, the family, how are you?
I'm good. I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, no. It's taken an interesting turn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the highlight of the day as well was Mr. Bailey for me anyway, not refusing and standing on to it. Although he was expecting to twist him because, like you rightfully say, who Archie David Yake had mentioned that he was in China. He had no knowledge of what was going on.
Yes.
So I'm surprised he was being twisted to come into court. Yeah, and the other one, the confusion anyway, who Brigadier Kinin from the surface of the earth. I'm surprised. I thought he would have wanted to come in and also put his version onto the record.
Yes.
He was so keen. Inspection in local. He was so keen, but then for some reason he's nowhere to put his version in the record.
It's tough, eh?
But, it's an interesting one. I know. And again, I mean, what the guys are going through in prison, maybe allegedly there is, I mean, a bigger locus and a bigger scheme than just the small things happening within prison. And hopefully there's no further cooking anyway, like you say, with my phone calls and all sorts that now he's being tied to a phone. I'm 205s are being cooked behind the scenes to say he might have phoned to Abuzum. If you remember Untasi, there was the issue of Ifonia Keliana where they were trying to build, I think, a thing of saying he might be the one who phoned to Lokuzen, the lawyer. What's the lawyer's name? That was my suspicions that, like, to say he had a phone and Usmanda went on for a while reading the record of the days that he was meant to have had a phone. I thought they were trying, what's the lawyer's name?
Mjiako.
Where they were, Mjiako, yeah. I thought maybe the idea was to say he had a phone. He might have phoned and arranged for Mjiako. But then I suppose that that didn't go anywhere. It didn't seem to stick. And again, the version of the judge, Google inspection of Iloko, the way he had gone about it. Yeah, I mean, he presented his version, but then it was underwhelming in the way he had spoken about it. I was expecting quite some fireworks that he was going to really go so deep. But then, yeah, I mean, it did put his version, but it wasn't as, I think even Umnishi yesterday became a bit sarcastic when he finished. He was like, oh, that was so precise, or I can't remember what word he used. And it was like, yeah, it's the experience or whatever, but I found it a sarcastic comment more than really saying what the judge was saying, because the way he had gone on about, I've got my notes here. I thought it was going to be something so big. But yeah, at least there he put whatever he put through. It's just waiting to see now anyway where it goes. And I think the defense has played whatever, because I think Ubaloi was trying so hard to bring in new things, maybe to drag the case and have or Omnisi challenging his new whatever, or the presentation of the different documentation today, but everybody was just in agreement and allowing him to. I think they just want him to finish his case, and they bring in their own, they start theirs, and hopefully their start would be starting off with Ubabuzungu to push that bit of things anyway. It's like, yeah, like you rightfully say, this has been dragging for too long anyway. It's like, where is it going? Why are we pushing up Bailey? Why not use Olongwe, the actual person that was being shown on the video for him to come and whatever? And Brigadier Keninda actually was the one who was made to put that into the record. Does that stand then? What was your assessment? Is that thing thrown out, or was it provisionally admitted? Was that the language that was used?
It can't be provisionally admitted.
Yeah, it was provisionally admitted, but I think Ubaloi today reading in the correspondence, I didn't know whether, because I didn't hear the challenge to say now that would be thrown out. I thought maybe for some whatever I was sneaking it in and solidifying it by putting in the correspondence, not knowing again, because there was no mention of whether that bit of the evidence was taken off the record or not, unless if I missed it.
Yeah.
Nothing was said though. I don't think anything was said concerning it.
Yeah. No, there was nothing that was said, so it could be just there sneaked in and then it just stays within. But again, yeah, maybe it will be mentioned later on. But yeah, we see where it's shifting to anyway, whether there is cooking allegedly that is still happening, whether now, like Anonymous is saying, there is no way to move now. Inspection in local, the guy yesterday, it was interesting to hear the way any question, I don't know Kininda, and he emphasized not knowing Kininda so much that it was like, whoa, dude, you might have been told to say you don't know him, but don't allegedly, but don't emphasize this much anyway. He says, I don't know nobody, I didn't see Kininda, I don't know him. Like, whoa, you are messing up the script here. Just maybe present whatever you've got to present. You don't have to deny him this hard. You're working so hard to distance yourself from him. And even anyone who would say he didn't see him. Who was the guy in the mask, like the judge said? The guy was camouflaged, and he seemed to struggle to accept that bit. And I mean, allegedly, just thinking that they might have gone back together to take the pictures, because I mean, what narrative did he use? Like, community asked him, and he couldn't even answer that question. And like, you were asking why he didn't come back today, he's also vanished. He took him by surprise. They would just sneak in those pictures that were not properly arranged for. It's an interesting one anyway. I'll leave it there for others as well to hear what others think. But quite an interesting space to be in. Let's hear what the defense has to bring in and where they are going with it.
Yeah. No. Thank you.
Thank you.
Not thanking you for the opportunity.
I read a very funny comment here, and thank you to Mautwane Africa Chabadi.
Yes.
Thank you. May God continue to bless you. There's a comment I saw here. It's from Spiwe. Spiwe is saying Kininda is in India to buy some spice for the boy Kikos, allegedly.
Nzansi, hello. Nzansi, hello. Nzansi, hello. Right. Yeah, the days are coinciding. Nzansi, hello.
Hi, Mitano and Trizemede.
Hi, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for taking my call. Mr. Ano, I was just going to say, sometimes you'll be tempted to say the correctional services at the KGOSI MAMPURU, they are also involved in the cooking of the Senzo Meyiwa case. You'll be tempted to say so. But today, Mr. Ano, if someone does something good, I always praise someone who has done something good.
Yeah.
The judge today, he did something very good.
Yeah.
That judgment was a perfect. That was a good job from the judge, because you cannot state while if the person is being traumatized.
Yeah.
Because the guy is saying he's being tortured, and the judge took action, and clearly you can see Ntuli, he has got peace of mind at Luiko, not at KGOSI MAMPURU.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm also tempted to believe that whoever the brigadier or whoever the NPA guys are working with from correctional service, they are at KGOSI MAMPURU, not anywhere else. Because all these complaints, they are coming from the same prison. And you ask yourself why. Yeah, and then it takes me to my second point. You know, the fact that the accused 3 was dragged to court, and now the fact that accused 5 had a problem with whatever the treatment that he was receiving at KGOSI MAMPURU, it also doesn't remove the fact that a complaint must still be lodged with JIC. It doesn't remove it. The complaint must still be lodged. And on my own, I took my own initiative. I went to JIC's website. Yes. I lodged the complaint. I'm waiting for feedback. I lodged the complaint and I made reference that I don't need to know any details of what happened. Can you please watch this video from SABC and then you get the details? Well, it's public information. It's not something that I must be, too particular about what happened. They must just listen to this thing and investigate. Yeah. But I've lodged the complaint. I'll wait to hear from JIC because in case, because I know Rata is going to come and say, did you lodge a complaint? Ntuli was saying he wrote a letter to JIC and he has never received a response. Which talks to what I have experienced. I lodged the complaint on Monday, but so far I haven't received anything. But at least I have sent it. And then after a week or so, I might call and follow up and say, I lodged the complaint, what happened? And I'll come back to this platform to update you in terms of what would have happened. Because I felt like it does not remove. The fact that Baloy came after lunch and said the story for handcuffs is sorted, the chains in the legs are sorted, it doesn't remove what had happened. So I still lodged that complaint. That was one of my points. Okay. And then Bailey. Yeah, and then because this information is if you just go on the JIC, there's a link that you must lodge your complaint. So I said I don't need to be the convicted person to lodge it. It doesn't say it, so I must just lodge it, and then we hear what they say. If they say my complaint is not valid because I'm not incarcerated, that's fine. But at least I have done something about it. Yeah, and then Mr. Bailey, I like your term. I'm busy. I'm not coming because. Why do you want to drag Bailey into these things that he doesn't even know where they come from and where they're going? Why? So I give a good hand to Bailey not to waste his time to come to this court and did nothing. And in fact, he did well. You see now the court, the state is now wrapping up its case. And what an underwhelming way of wrapping a case. The guy was just flipping papers, man. I didn't understand what is he doing here. Just say your statement proper. And then in the end, he was reading all those subpoenas. We were not even interested in those things. It would take us back to the story that surely maybe longer than was limping on the day, like you said, Mr. And then I've got one last point, Mr. This point is not related to Senzo Meyiwa's case, but it goes to what I would frame as lawlessness in a country. My own personal experience is that's why I've got a passion like for Senzo Meyiwa, always for justice. Because I'll explain a story in 1 minute story. It's not related to Senzo Meyiwa, but the story that happened. You know, in Oliven, where last weekend 5 people were shot at a tavern and they lost their lives. Yes. Yeah. So in Oliven, is just across N14. I used to stay in Centurion West, that is the other side of Oliven. That's why I've stayed there for 3 years. And Oliven there's N14 and then the other side of that N14 is Oliven. Right? So there's this guy, he was a security guard at my complex. And that guy, I did not see him for a week. And then I asked this other guy he was working with, where's that guy? Because I used to carry these guys from when they were working to drop them on the N14 so that they can walk the distance, half of the distance to back home in the morning when they are finishing the shift. So I became closer to these guys. I actually became close. They were like my brothers, these guys. Because in the morning, on my way to work, I'll just take them from the gate and then I drop them at N14. As soon as I enter N14, I drop them off. Then they jump, they start walking. The idea was they would just walk half of the distance Instead of walking 5 kilometers, they walk for 2 kilometers. Okay.
Yes.
So because I had not seen him, I got worried, where is he? And then the other guy says, hey, the guy apparently was involved in where he hit a car, and then the guys for the car beat him for it. And then I said, so where he is? And then he said, no, apparently he's admitted in a hospital. Mate, I was never traumatized by that story. When I went to hospital, he was at Steve Biko. I went to the hospital, and then I was fortunate enough. My wife works in healthcare, so she said, if you want to see this guy, if you are not a relative, they won't allow you. You must just say you are a cousin, because there is a long definition of cousin. If you say he's my cousin, the one is gonna start asking you from where, and they will just say okay. So I went to Steve Biko, man. Mate, the guy was brain damaged, and then after maybe 3 weeks, he passed on. He was a gentleman from Tanin. That was 2015. It's not sometime like 2 years back. It was 2015. Because I left South Africa in 2017. I've never been traumatized, because even up to today, I don't know if the people who actually beat that guy were ever, because there was no witness, nothing. Because remember me, the story I only picked when this guy was in the hospital.
Yeah.
I never picked up this story, what happened. No, I just go to hospital, and then I saw him lying there, trying to fight for his life. Eventually, he lost the battle. And the bad part is, like, this guy was just alone. He had a young family, he had a young kid. I think the kid was 2 years old then. And in that time, the family was in planning. I didn't even know the sister or anyone. I ended up getting the number from the other security guy that he was working with. And then I ended up communicating so that I could help in terms of the burial arrangements. I ended up playing a big part in that. All I'm saying is, sometimes you need to fight for justice, even though you're not going to court or anything, but you realize that, what can I do?
Yeah.
Because this guy has become so close to me, like a brother. He was not my brother. I did not even know it. But because he was guarding us in front of our gate, I get to know. We got to know each other very well. We say, okay, this is it. So the fight is not a simple fight. It all goes to, we always try to do what is best.
Yeah.
Same as the Meyiwa case, I appreciate the fight you guys you put. We have no relationship with Senzo, but you put a fight.
Yes.
Yes. Nah, thanks guys. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, right.
Yeah, I love this message, because that's all we need, honestly.
VMAC, thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Press that like button like you mean it. Let's press that like button. Reach that 400. Why not? It's possible. Let's hear what you guys have to say. So someone just sent me something very interesting. Yeah, the date of the cell phone and the date of Absalom Zung. Really, if there was a theory like that, they could match. But yeah, that theory that we were talking about of anything's possible allegedly. Yeah, let's hear what you guys have to say. But as I do that, Emily, I think it's better I start reading Outlast Tours. Thank you very much for being with us here, guys. It's VMAC. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Senzo, how are you guys?
We're good, and how are you?
I'm good. Yeah. Thanks to the previous speakers, man. I'll just come with a summary.
Yeah.
You see what is happening with Baloy now. Let's use football terms, since we are talking about the life of a footballer here.
Yes.
You know, Mr. Arno, when you are playing a match and you are 1-0 down, and it's around 85, 86 minutes, even your center backs, you convert them to strikers. When you got a set piece, you tell your goalkeeper, go try something. Maybe you might just know we kill you.
Yeah.
But situation of chasing the scoreline, and the time is running out for him. And the other thing, I don't like criticizing our public servant.
Yeah.
But today I felt like our interpreter failed Mr. NTULU. because the guy is very vocal and the guy can express himself when given a platform. There's interpretation that I'm not happy. The guy, he didn't put it on record, and that can easily ignore that thing.
Yeah.
Where Mr. NTULU said, the things that are happening, I can see each other young plunder. The guy didn't interpret that part. NTULU is smart enough, and they only can see what these guys are trying to do. They found a TV, and they asked for the books, and then it's fine. The TV belongs to the section, you can take a TV. No charge, back and forth. Take a TV, you go. Chiki, the following day you come, you found the phone. NTULU can see these guys. They are trying to create a narrative, maybe to say NTULU is busy calling witnesses, threatening them and all that, and then we'll have another 2-week session of Sbanda. Please, we're not ready for that 2-week session of Sbanda. We went through a lot with Sbanda. Please, he must relax now and let the defense run their case. Yeah. That interpreter faith NTULU was clear there. When he said young plunder, NTULU can see what these guys are trying to do. And our interpreter didn't do justice to NTULU today. I was not happy at all. I was very disappointed.
Yeah.
If it means we must go fetch a hardcore Zulu from Kwanongoma, understand the language, let it be, man. Just for the sake of justice. No, man, that guy must interpret everything that is being said by those guys. With this thing of leg irons, there is a judgment from the High Court at Joburg. I'll check the judgment. That guy said this thing of binding, if the accused is serving a sentence and the sentence that is serving has nothing to do with the current case, there is no need for the state and of whoever was leading the case to come and bring those things to the current case. By doing that, you are forcing the judge to draw the inferences about the character of a person who's in front of the presiding office. When you are being charged, the constitutional right is clear: you are innocent until you are proven guilty.
Yes.
Once you bring all those things, you are leading character evidence. And even the leg irons, that guy said, those things, if the person is not violent, abusing other inmates, is not giving the attitude, there is no need to tie people with the handcuffs and leg iron. You can just tie them on the leg. When they walk in the court, as soon as they are stepping up the stairs, the officials must take those things off. For Baloy to create a drama out of those things, those guys are working hand in hand. Correctional Service, SAPS, NPA. They are in this thing together.
Yeah.
And with Mr. Matala, I was not happy with Mr. Matala. There is a constitution in this country. There is a legislature to be followed. You don't just wake up and say, I'm an area commissioner, I'm passing this directive. Because if those defense councils, they were supposed to ask, where is this directive? Who approved this directive? You are area commissioner. You don't just wake up and say, oh, here's the directive. No, there are protocols, there are channels to be followed to pass some certain laws. You don't just wake up and you are area commissioner, you come with your law. And to prove that that thing was just something about can talk, there is no such directive. Mr. Matala couldn't produce anything related to such directive. Who approved that directive? Area commissioner is just creating directive. Someone drinking with his friends say, tomorrow no, it's not like that. Our country is like constitution is the supreme. No one is above the constitution in this country. Even the area manager, even the president can be taken to constitutional court if he's doing something against the constitution.
Yeah.
Constitution is the supreme of our country.
Yeah.
This thing of area commissioners coming up with laws is another thing, man. It's like as close as it will be on our fathers.
Yeah.
As close. You can't read to tongue will be on our fathers and as meteors.
Ngikuthola kahle.
Thanks a lot, guys. Love you long time.
Thank you. Love you. Yes, all is alleged. All is alleged. That's where we run to. 10 more likes. We're almost there. Tobeka D saying that, our moderator. Thank you very much, Tobeka D. You've been here.
Thank you, Tobeka.
Chuku Anna, thank you.
Chuku Anna, thank you. I see you.
No Sipo, thank you. Simpiwe Ingwane, thank you. Siba, forever here, thank you. Gwelagiti, thank you, forever here. Thank you. And Dokas Shabalala, our member, thank you. We appreciate you, member. Bongmusa Mangel, Tuyaz, thank you very much, Siabong. Vimek, thank you. God bless you again. And thank you for being here with us and always being here with us. Lee Boshomane, thank you. Siabonga. Sizwe 18, thank you for being ever present. Khawukhalelwe Thomas Ditau, thank you very much. Siyabonga. Outclass Tours, I've mentioned you, I'm repeating. Outclass Tours, shout out to you. Boto Ramokate, thank you. Siyabonga. Thokozilanga, sorry, our moderator. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Please press the like button. Says Thokozilanga is begging you guys with the emojis of the hand. Tammy, Kokela or Hochela. Thank you very much. You know, I thought that I didn't want to read it. Just, you know, the G's these days, they become something else. But Tammy, I would assume that you are Kokela. Thank you for being here. Kamsile Kulu, Undonga. No, did I say Undonga? Hey, Kapashe, sorry man, sorry. Undonga Mkwanazi, yeah. Thank you very much. Mandla Matibela, thank you. Lindiwe, thank you. Mamfuneka, thank you for ever being present. Shanjiwe Sibanda, thank you. Emmanuel Makanjera, all the way from Zim, thank you for ever being present. See who is not mentioned. Emily Ashlega madod. Ike iyafreeza ke manje lento le Emily. Freezile. Cela ngithele laptop. Yeah. I've got an alarm here. Nat, thank you. I know you were here, even though you probably are gone now. Thank you for blessing us as a moderator and being here. Dibuo, thank you. Siyabonga. Yeah, Michael. Mike, thank you very much for being here. Jablile Litelu, thank you for being here. Akasibone. Ubani singamthintanga. So nthinta nje nonke. Rose Murake, thank you. Siyabonga. Chris Neo Sihlako Nebza, thank you. Siyabonga. Stembile Mkhwanazi nangoku Ndonga uzwaka. Thank you very much. Siyabonga Ndonga. Ntsikelelo Vani, thank you very much Ntsikelelo for ever being present. Siyabonga. Yeah, Emily, did I miss anyone? I didn't.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. I couldn't miss anyone. I think the highest commenter here was only VMAC, followed by Chuku Anna and Dokas Shabalala, Sizwe 1842, Tobeka D 3906, Lindiwe 6109. That's number 6. Those are numbers of top commenters. We talk about Mamfuneka being at 7, and then Chris Neo Sihlako Nebza abe number 8. Maudwane Africa Jabadi 355. Thank you. Number 9 Siba 02. Number 10 at Winston. Winston at number 11, and then Linde Nihatebe 108 at number 12, and then Moma Beer 52 at number 8. Nibaningi guys, Nibaningi Umusa Banda, thank you, and then Sipiwe Yingwane 2513, thank you. At number 16, Dibuo Lakay, thank you. Tozi Senlanga 4497 18. Chris Ndlovu nayo ukhona, uGabisile Xula ayibambe ku20, uJabu ayibambe ku21, bese kuba Emmanuel Makanjera ayibambe ku22, Boytumelo ayibambe nje ku23, Mraul Mtrobel ayibambe ku25, kanti ke Osep Nzonzi ayibambe ku24, Buyisiwe also 26, Lola 27. That's how you guys are standing in terms of the comments, and we appreciate you. That's why I had to remind you, Nosipo uyibambe ku45. You can improve by just commenting a lot in this channel, so that you become one of those people who are at the top. That's basically on the basis of interaction, of how you interact with us. Indalo 15, Wibambek 44. Bafethu siyabonga. Thank you very much. That's top 50 basically. I mean, I could have went on and 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 on. But I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Iyafreeza lento lena. Isifuna ukuyimela manje. Isiyafreeza. Akusemina sengicontrol. Siyabonga ubani ngimshile la, ngiyabona ama comment okugcina. Usiba ngimentionile. Kilebohile our moderator. Press the like button, double tap, single tap. Yeah. Thank you though, our moderator, just playing with you guys. Tsebiso Bambo, our member, thank you very much. We appreciate it. I'm glad that the cat has caught the tongues of the liars, because I bet what distracts the prosecutor is the video about Mr. Zungu Senior. Advocate Balo is not even able to concentrate anymore. So I'm at that. Scheißen Gislab. It's a piece. Chuku, yeah, everyone. Michelle Lee summarized nicely. Siyabonga, Michelle Lee. Ubani simshiyayo. Udeni ati catching you on your way out. Udeni, awulahlanga ukhona. Qhubeka. Uzosithola la. Press the like button. I guess born. Okay, Chuku mentioning everyone else. Raul Mtrobel. I'm sure it's really alarm guys. Gine alarm la. Sifiso Kwabe, mkhwanazi bopha lezinto. Ohani mzuzu. Yazuka. Hey, namangoko nina. Sibonga kakhulu. Thank you guys, all of you. All is alleged, and so who was speaking Zulu Sotho during the alleged robbery, because it could not have been them. I remember that those inside the house even speculated that the intruders have or might have crossed the border. Yes, there was such a speculation. There was such speculation. Yeah, yes. There's a lot of things that you can look at. Basically, you see how well no need when it comes to this case. Thank you guys. It's a bye. Press the like button.
Thank you guys. Until tomorrow.